Okay, thanks for being here. Obviously, real excited to get this win. A rivalry game, South Alabama. Hats off to those guys. Really thought they played their tails off, especially in the second half. Kane Womack is a good friend of mine. He's doing a great job there. They're going to get better and better every year, which we saw that on film coming in and knew that they had a good football team. I thought we got off to a great start, really all the way around, offensively, defensively, and special teams, and really, the exception of the last 2.5 minutes, played really a great first half. And, as a coach, you've been doing this almost, 25 years now, and you're always looking for those little moments that maybe you don't handle something right, your team doesn't, that gives those guys hope and momentum, and that's exactly what happened. If you go back, obviously, we got the penalty. We didn't get a first down. I know Gunner left the game. We didn't get a first down, and then we got the penalty on the punt, and then obviously gave up the touchdown on defense and missed a tackle on fourth down. And I told our team at halftime that we're gonna have to regroup and get our momentum back because we gave them hope now. If they don't score, it's 31-7. It's a totally different game, and that was evident in the second half. And came out in the second half, and offensively, I think we had 3 possessions. I guess 4 when you count the kneel down. They did a great job keeping the ball from us, maintain their drives, and we didn't do enough when we had the ball. I thought, obviously losing Gunner was tough, but I really thought Taylor came in, with the exception of a miscommunication on the ball down the field, handled himself pretty well, executed, and we were able to get the win. Defensively, I thought we were outstanding in the first half, and same as the offense in the second half. We didn't play our normal defense, and we're missing some guys. We lost some guys during the game, but that's part of it. Next man's got to step up, and we've recruited hopefully to build some depth for these kind of situations, and some of those guys paid off today. But these are things we'll all look at tomorrow when we watch the film. I'm really proud of my team and our guys, and just the way they battled. They stayed together. Nobody panicked, and everybody kept being positive, which is a big part of that. And just really like this team. They keep fighting. Good to get a win, especially in a rivalry game. Getting that 5th win, getting closer and closer to bowl eligibility, and we got 3 more big tests. We'll take one day at a time, prepare, and really need to play our best here down the stretch. But tonight's a good night. Good night to get a win. Okay, questions? Yeah, Gunner left the game, and Kamani both with some type of head injury. I don't know the details of it right now, but I think precautionary reasons. Obviously, they weren't able to return. Carlton left the game, I believe, with some kind of quad contusion or something. DeAndre Butler did not play. He was hurt last week. So, we're down somebody. Luke Whittemore, I'm hoping his injury's not serious. He injured his knee on the reception down the sideline there in the fourth quarter. So we'll have to see how all that plays out. But we'll just have to figure it out as we go. But excited to get this win.
How important was that completion?
It's huge.
Where that came and when that came?
Oh, it was huge. At that time, you could just feel we were fighting the momentum hard and weren't able to get a lot going. They were able to really crowd the box and play more man coverage. And, we called our mesh play, and Taylor made a great throw down the sideline, and Luke, great catch. And it really was a good – because the best thing, or the worst case scenario, it helped us flip the field and that way when we punted, we had the ball down on the other end. So because they had us backed up because we made a poor decision on the kickoff return. And those are the things that we got to get fixed, and that really are frustrating at times because those little things add up, as you can see. And but he bailed us out there with a great throw and catch. So.
Are y'all allergic to easy?
Yeah, I wish I knew, because nothing.
You're not going to step on anybody's neck.
I was talking to Brent, our AD, about this the other day. Our league is so competitive. Nothing's easy. You're gonna have to play close to your best every time to win. And sometimes you play really good and don't. And I think it's just a testament to our league. If you really research our league right now, and now we're adding 4 more guys that are pretty good too. So, but if you really research our league, it's the best G5 league in the country, top to bottom. I stand on the table and say that, and it used to not be that way, and it is. So we have to be ready each and every week, and our players, I think, are starting to understand that. But yeah, nothing's easy. I'm aging very quickly. I had a lot of hair when I first got here. Now I have none. So that tells you what it's been like.
You did mention Taylor just a little bit.
Yeah.
Talk a bit how he played, and then talk about
Yeah.
During the week. And,
Yeah.
'cause it's not an easy situation.
No, it's not. He's been great. He's a great teammate. Taylor's still not 100% healthy. He's fought through some things to get as healthy as he can. He's a great teammate. He and Gunner are close. If Gunner's not ready to go, I got no problem with him playing. He's doing a great job helping us. He's a team guy. That's just the way he was raised. I knew that when I recruited him a long time ago, and then getting him here now comes from a great family. And I mean, he wants to be a coach one day, so he understands things a little more than some people do. And the one thing about playing college football is, the players and the coaches are close, and we see the ins and outs of it every day. Fans and people in the media and all, they don't see that. They don't understand. They assume that there's that one guy may be upset or whatever. It's not been that way at all in any of our positions. And the quarterback gets the most attention, but nobody talks about the left guard. Nobody talks about the free safety or whatever. It's all so. With that being said, he's handled it great, and I wouldn't have expected anything different. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was an adjustment our players had to make. Jake is a guy that's a really good pocket presence quarterback. He's got great awareness in the pocket and does a great job throwing the ball down the field. Known him for a long time as well, and got a lot of respect for he and his family. And then when they bring in the Trotter kid, who we're very familiar with, the one thing that guy can do is pull it down. He's a really good athlete. He's got a good arm too, and he'll hurt you both. So more of a dual threat guy. And I do think that hurt us a little bit at times, but I think Brandon will tell you, we got to play better in some areas there in the second half. We got to get some of that cleaned up, but different approach. But I thought our guys did make an adjustment. Yeah. Yeah, every one of them's like that, So it's the same each and every week from our standpoint. If you look at South and if you really research them and study them like we do to prepare, I mean, I guess they missed a field goal against Lafayette or Louisiana to try to win. They played, everybody very, very well. So they're a much improved team. So we knew that coming in. Nothing's easy. So to say that we had to win, I mean, we have to win them all. That's the way we approach it. So no different. Yeah. 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 Yeah, great point. That's something that hasn't showed up so far because, we've been pretty healthy, to be honest with you. And today, it felt like I was looking around, seeing if there was anybody else we could play. It's like guys were going down. And, when you're the head coach, they'll come by and they'll say, hey, so-and-so's out, so-and-so's out. And I got some games this year I've got none of those conversations. Today it felt like 5 or 6 or 8. But, hopefully none of them are very serious. But I do think, especially defensively, we've got more depth than we've ever had. I mean, 2 years ago we had none, just being honest with you. And now we have a lot more. And, the guys are starters for reasons because they earn it. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you that there's no drop-off at all. But at the same time, this league's about having more depth. So when you do have injury, you have guys that can step in and play. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, very, very. I'm very confident in our team, very confident in our guys, the way they've handled it. If you look back at Georgia Southern, if you look back at Texas State, if you look back now at South Alabama, all those games were tight games that we found a way to win. Texas State comes to mind because we ended the game with 6.5 minutes left. We kept the ball and ended it. Georgia Southern, we made a drive down there to win the game, and then obviously this one defensively went out and got a stop because we were reeling a little bit on offense, with some guys missing and so forth, and the punter came in, Luke Magdalzi, and did a great job getting them down there. Made them so much harder when you're in a 2-minute situation to have to drive the length of the field. I thought that was huge, the punt, which was set up by the throw and catch. So all those things are important. And, when you play good defense and you can run the ball, sometimes winning is you win different ways than maybe we did. My first year, we tried to outscore everybody, and that's tough. That's tough to do. And now we're able to run the football better for the most part, and hopefully we'll get some guys back healthy this week and get close to everybody back.
As this game went on,
Mm-hmm.
what looked like an icing type
Yeah.
play, the defensive touchdown,
Yeah.
kept getting bigger and bigger. And
Yeah.
bigger. You got Solomon, who was pressuring the
Yep.
quarterback, and then KJ makes a really
Yeah.
nice play. You know,
Yeah.
talk about that play and what that did for your sideline.
So Javon and Richard have done that all year, just really harassing the quarterback, and they got their hands on him. The guy tried to make a throw, getting wrapped up, and KJ was in the right place, and he's the kind of guy. He's determined. He wasn't. I knew he was going. Some guys will go down quick. He was going to try to score. He's always claiming he can play offense anyway, so he probably proved himself right tonight. But no, it was a big play, and Carlton Marshall had an outstanding block on the play as well. So that should not go unnoticed. But yeah, that was huge. And at that time, to be honest with you, if we hold them and don't let them score and go into the halftime 31-7, it might change. Not to say they're not going to quit, but it changes the complexion of the game because they got to score several more. But just big play on KJ's part. Any other questions?
One more.
All right.
This closing three here,
Yeah.
it gets really tough.
Yeah, well, they're all hard, I can tell you that. And if you hadn't noticed, they're all hard. So, yes, we played some of the teams that are right now in the top of the league, which we did that last week. And South, I think, is much improved. But obviously, Louisiana and App State last couple of years